fully prepared to go all the way because I believe so strongly in the way that I was treated was unfairly and the way that I was singled out. And I believe that if that were to happen to another girl in the adult business, that she wouldn't have had the resources or empowerment to stand up for herself. And I don't want this to continue happening because the law, as it is written, is basically victim shaming. I didn't break any law. I knew that. I do my due diligence before I come into a city, every city I go to. I do not break the laws. I knew the laws. I actually have the police officers on video saying that I didn't know the law.
Saying they didn't know the law.
Yeah, but I did know that I didn't, but I turned out to be right. And I didn't find out until today that the other girls weren't even arrested. What I did should be classified as a misdemeanor and a summons in the mail, but I believe that it was, that I was targeted and paraded around just because of my name. And that's bullying, and like my Rolling Stone article says, standing up to bullies is kind of my thing.
Absolutely. Did you expect this outcome? Almost $500,000.
Actually, to be fully honest, I didn't. I thought the way, and this is just my personal opinion, and I'm not an attorney, I'm not an expert. I really thought that we were going to go in there and it was going to be them doing a show of attempting to do the right thing and sticking to their grounds of a very low number, and that I would stand my ground and say no, and that this was going to go to court, where then I was pretty sure I'd win. Because I'm right.
Yes. This case and another case ended up disbanding the Vice Unit because of a number of things that weren't right that they were doing.
Right.
What do you think of playing a part in that?
It feels really good, I'm not going to lie.
Columbus, in your mind, you have good memories of this city? You're going to come back, or is this a city that you'd rather not really think about because of everything you're doing?
I'm going to go against the advice of my publicist who was texting me in there and say that I still really like Columbus. I've been coming to Columbus since I first started as a feature dancer when I was like 20 or 21. It's a great city. I've seen it evolve. I love the downtown area. I've made a lot of good friends in Columbus. I think that it would be unfair to let a few really rotten apples spoil it for the whole bunch. And I'm actually really pleasantly surprised and proud of how the city stepped up and admitted faults and have made changes. And I also carried a lot of guilt about the other two girls that were taken the same night as I was, because their names and their real names were made public because they were attached to my name. And that's something that they may never be able to get out from under, and that's messed up.
Other news you want to comment on? National news? Anything at all?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a possible impeachment talks of that going on. With anything you want to talk about related to that?
Sometimes it tingles to be the spark.
Mm-hmm. She was an agent of change in this city, and that was clear. And what those officers were doing was wrong, and she exposed that, shone a light on it. Unfortunately, we have good prosecutors, and we have a lot of good officers too, and they stepped up to the plate and they did the right thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything I didn't ask you guys you want to say?
I also feel very strongly that I feel like there's a lot of unfounded and unfair hostility towards police officers these days, with the whole Blue Lives Matter, all that stuff. And it's really unfortunate that a couple of these people who did not understand the gravity of their authority and made several mistakes along the way and did something really terrible to me. I don't want it to reflect negatively on the police officers around the country who are really spectacular and put their lives on the line every day. Several of my friends are police officers. I have very, very, very close friends who are married to state troopers and police officers, and I just don't want this to be an overall negative view on cops everywhere, because I believe overall they're genuinely very good people.
A lot of people here